Guys, I did it! I read 7 books in 7 days. I completed the Booktube-A-Thon. This was my first Booktube-A-Thon ever. It was the second readathon I've ever participated in, and overall I really enjoyed myself. It was definitely a challenge to get myself to read 7 books in 7 days, and I could definitely tell by this weekend I was burning out. Some things that really helped me along were just the different challenges I really enjoyed that kept me like inspired, and just to see other people participating was really encouraging. I also really enjoyed listening to the audiobook versions of some of my books on TBR so I could kind of break up just so much reading. Also, as someone who is more of a consistent reader, I don't binge read that much. I don't fly through books unless I'm like completely hooked. So to, read 7 books in 7 days, and most of them within 24 hours, was just a really good feeling. I feel super accomplished. I apologize for the weird lighting in here. I have a window over here and there's like a shadow. Anyway, I just wanted to do kind of a wrap up. I did vlogs up until yesterday, which is Saturday. I literally just didn't want to do it anymore. There was a little bit of an excuse. One of our cats actually got hurt on Friday night, and so Saturday he was not doing so well, and I was mostly concerned about him. He's all good now, he's much better, but I was not in the vlogging mood, especially because of that, but also I just think I realized that I'm not enjoying vlogging as much as I thought I would. For any of you that do a lot of vlogs, I would really love tips. I don't know how to do it. There's some people that I really enjoy watching their vlogs, and then there's other people that I don't really like watching their vlogs. And I don't want to be one of those people that puts out content that is just noise. You know what I mean? Like, I want to put out something that people genuinely enjoy watching. And so during the week while I was doing my vlogs, I just felt like it was forced. I kind of felt like I wasn't 100% myself, and for those reasons, I just kind of decided to put vlogging on the back burner for now. Maybe I'll come back to it, but right now it's just not something that I really enjoy, and like I said, I just don't want to put out content that people don't enjoy watching. So let me know below if you do enjoy watching vlogs, and like if you know what kind of vlog you like to watch. Do you like to watch when people are like more personable and taking you around like their journey through the day, or do you like more just general check-ins about like the reading and like what they're doing? Do you want to not hear what they have to say about their day? I just would really like to know what you guys enjoy watching, because I just hate putting stuff out that is like ignored. I mean, obviously as creators on here, we never want to put out something that people, don't enjoy. So I don't know, for those reasons I just I got a little burnt out on the vlogging, and I just decided to instead do kind of a wrap up about my feelings about the Booktube-A-Thon, and if I did my challenges and how and when and so all that stuff. So with all that said, I'm going to jump into just kind of a wrap up of what I read and when I read it and what I thought about it. The first book that I read during the Booktube-A-Thon was The Promised Neverland Volume 3. This is a manga series that I am really enjoying. It is action-packed, it is creepy, it's pretty intense, and I am such a fan. This manga series follows a bunch of orphans at this orphanage who are trying to escape. There is some crazy stuff going on, some life or death situations that they find themselves in, and so we find them in the midst of figuring these things out and being challenged to get everyone to safety as soon as possible. I think it's been really fun reading this series, because a lot of the other mangas that I've read so far have been much more lighthearted, whereas this one is definitely more intense. There are some parts where I get confused because it's like chess almost. Like the kids are always one-upping the entity that they are trying to escape from, but then that entity is one-upping them, and so like everyone is like always a step ahead of one another, and as the reader you don't really find that out until they find it out, and so it's just kind of like hard to keep track of what's going on all the time. With that said, I'm still really liking it, and I really want to know what happens. Like each book is just like an inch closer to like, are they gonna get it? Are they gonna escape? What's gonna happen? I don't know. So Overall, I'm really loving this. I really like this one, so I think I'm gonna go ahead and give this one a 4 out of 5 stars. I really enjoyed it. The next book that I finished during the Booktube-A-Thon was Angus Thongs and Full Frontal Snogging, and I really loved this. It made me laugh so hard. I am not one to usually react emotionally to a lot of books, even cry, which is weird for me because I cry a lot. But this had me like actually laughing out loud, which is pretty rare. This story follows our main character, Georgia Nicholson, who is just so funny. I wish I had jokes like she did. Like, she just thinks of the funniest things. She is in high school. She's got her group of best girlfriends and, you know, her parents, and she's got this little sister who's like 3 and she's just so cute and funny. And then they have this cat who is just like a terror to everything but awesome. So she sees this boy one day that she just thinks is the hottest guy she's ever seen in her life. And so it's kind of just her diary about how she's trying to snatch this boy up. Like, it's just so funny, and she's just, oh my gosh, she's hilarious. I definitely want to get the rest of this series very soon because it was an easy read. I flew through it, and I really just would love to continue on. I read this in high school. I loved it then. I'm a 26-year-old adult and I love it now. I gave this 4.5 out of 5 stars. The next book that I finished was probably my favorite one. That's hard to say. One of my favorites of the whole Booktube-A-Thon, and that was Sharp Objects by Gillian Flynn. This book follows our main character, a young adult woman who is going back to her hometown. She's a reporter out of Chicago, and she's returning to Wind Gap, Missouri to report about 2 young girls who were found dead in the town. This was so dang good. This might have been even better than Gone Girl. Like, for me personally, I thought this was just fantastic. Each character that Gillian Flynn writes about is just, they have so much depth, and I just want to know more about everybody. Our main character was definitely like an anti-hero. She's an alcoholic. I don't want to spoil anything, so I can't give away too much, but she drinks a lot, you know, she smokes, she's just not the like shining example of like a put-together reporter by any means, but she returns to her hometown where her mother lives, her stepfather, and then her stepsister who is 13. And you just start learning and piecing together this woman's history and how she grew up and the craziness that happened, her strange relationship with her mother who was horrible, her sister who was horrible, her stepdad who was horrible. Like, there's a reason she left her hometown and went to Chicago. She ends up like helping solve the murder mystery, and it's just crazy. I mean, you guys need to read this book. I'm not doing it justice, but I loved this. 5 out of 5 stars. Really recommend. So good. Oh, and this was the book that I did. I forgot to tell you guys what the challenges were. I did this for the penny flip, The Promised Neverland. This was Something Green on the cover. This was for the book to movie adaptation. This is a short mini series on HBO right now. All the episodes aren't even out, but I did watch episode 1 and it was killer. I love Amy Adams. Really good. I just loved this. The next book that I picked up for the Booktube-A-Thon was Amina's Voice, and I really was surprised by how much I liked this middle grade book. This follows our main character, Amina. Her family is from Pakistan. Her family practices Islam, and she's best friends with a girl whose family is from Korea. So we just really get a lot of culture in this book. You know, it's a middle grade book, so it's not, you know, super hard hitting, but I think for a middle grade novel, it just did such a fantastic job of introducing the readers into different cultures, different religions, different beliefs, different family systems, and I just really enjoyed it overall. Amina is our main character, and she is shy, she is stage fright, she's talented, she's very sweet, and she's thoughtful, and she just started middle school. Her best friend, Soo-Jin, her family is swearing in to be American citizens and wants to change her name to Susan. And this really impacts Amina in a way that she wasn't expecting. She didn't want her best friend to change her name to something more American. And it just kind of went from there, just the thoughts that Amina has and the feelings that she has about that. And then her best friend Sujin is becoming friends with Emily, and Emily used to make fun of them for having weird names and eating weird food. And so there's just a lot of talk about just differences in this book. And it was so tasteful and it was so good. One other thing I really liked about it is that it was set in Milwaukee, Wisconsin, which I thought was really cool because I used to live in Wisconsin and I definitely love and know Milwaukee. And so it was cool to read about a book that featured a place that I know very well. So overall, I loved this novel, pleasantly surprised. I think it's a really wonderful middle grade, and I wasn't expecting to like this one as much, and it was the one that I was least looking forward to reading during the Booktube-A-Thon, so I was really surprised by how much I enjoyed it. Overall, I gave this 3.5 out of 5 stars. I really liked it. I keep forgetting to do this, sorry. That was for my Read 7 Books challenge, was this one right here. The next book that I picked up was for the Read Something You Want to Do challenge, and something I want to do is read this book, but then I also realized something that I want to do is own my own tea dragon, because it was the coolest thing ever. This is the Tea Dragon Society. It is a beautiful, I suppose it's a children's book, graphic novel. It's gorgeous, and oh my gosh, I want my own tea dragon like now. So this book follows our main character. We don't remember her name. What's your name? I think it was like Greta or something. Greta, haha, I was right. This book follows our main character Greta, who lives with her mother and father, and she decides to learn the art of raising tea dragons. And that's basically the story. There's, you know, different characters that are introduced, but that's essentially the story in and of itself, and it's just such a sweet story. And I want a tea dragon. There's not much more to say about it. I thought the art was so pretty. I want this on like a piece of wall art that I can hang up because it's just so cute. Tea dragons grow grass and like flowers out of their heads, and like you raise them, and then when they're of age or ready to prune, I guess, you take care of that, and then you like make like the best tea ever, and the tea will invoke like memories to occur that you had experienced with that tea dragon. So it's just like really sweet. I want tea from a tea dragon. There's like pages in here. Oh my gosh, this is the coolest thing right here. There's like pages in here that show like the different tea dragons, and I really want one. I think I would really like the chamomile tea dragon or the hibiscus tea dragon. It's so cute. It kind of looks like one of my cats actually, like just kind of like a little bit prissy. Also the peppermint tea dragon seems pretty cool. And then it tells you like care notes and stuff, and like the little bit of history behind the tea dragons. I just love this. It was so sweet, so sweet. I gave this one 4 out of 5 stars. I loved it. The next book that I read for the Booktube-A-Thon was my most anticipated read. It was my, oh, what was this challenge? Oh, The Pretty Spine, that's what it was for. This was for Read a Book with a Beautiful Spine, and that was Beneath the Sugar Sky by Shauna Maguire, book 3 of the Wayward Children series. Oh my goodness. It was so good. It was so good. I have to say this though, I'll be very honest. I still like Down Among the Sticks and Bones better. There was just something about that story that really struck me, and that just remains my favorite book in the series. And I really thought this one would be, but it was much different than I had anticipated, and that's okay. I tried to like ready myself and like lower my expectations so I didn't get like carried away, but it was really hard to because I really love this series, and the premise of this just sounded like something I would absolutely freaking love. However, what I didn't realize in the series is that every other book is like a prequel, and I thought this was going to be another prequel. I thought this was going to give another backstory about one of the characters, and it kind of did in a way, but not 100%. The main story was set in the present and followed some of the group of characters we met in the first book, which was cool. They still go to a really cool land called Confection, and it's like all made out of candy, which is just like the dream. And I just loved the whimsy. I liked this world. It was a lot less dark than the other worlds we've seen so far. I just think overall this was a really fantastic read. Again, I love this series. I think the reason I love this series so much is because I would like to think that as a kid, I would have been one of the wayward children. I just really always loved Alice in Wonderland and Chronicles of Narnia and The Wizard of Oz and just those stories of kids that were transported to these new worlds. And I just always, as a kid, like I wanted that so badly. And so my heart as an adult obviously is not necessarily that way anymore, which is so funny because she like talks about that in the book. But I like to think that I would have been one of the wayward kids if I was in this series. And I don't know, I just relate to it a lot, and I just think it's so fun to read as an adult. I could just talk about this forever. I just think it's a really cool series. I gave this 4.5 out of 5 stars. Wasn't my favorite, but I certainly loved it very much. And I am stoked for In an Absent Dream. I am like so jealous of the people who have arcs right now. Oh my gosh, I can't wait until January. Ugh. The last book that I read for the Booktube-A-Thon was another manga, and that was Dream and Sun Volume 2 by Ichigo Takano, and I really liked it. I was, again, my TBR was just so good for this, but I really liked this. I'm just gonna say it now. I mean, there's like 7 volumes total right now. I think the 8th is coming out in October, but I actually might like this more than Orange, which is crazy because I loved Orange, but I really love this series. It is so darn cute. It's cuter than Orange, and I like cute things, and this is just so cute. This follows our main character Shimana as she is living with 3 other boys. She's got her landlord, another boy named Zen, and then another boy that she totally has the biggest crush on, and she just like is so shy and reserved, very similar to the main character in Orange. Oh my gosh, she's just so cute. And the boy that she has a crush on is so nice. Like, of course she has a crush on him. And then the landlord is like this like adult man who is just like bopping everybody on the head with newspapers and is like, get your act together, like stop being dumb. And then the other boy, Zen, is just like, he's like this guy who really likes pandas. Like, he's always carrying around this stuffed panda, and he's always like wearing like a panda suit to bed, and it's just like ridiculous, but it's so cute. And he's like obnoxious, and Zen and Shimana have the funniest relationship because like they just bicker at one another. I can't give too much away about this one because it's a volume 2 and I don't want to spoil anything, but just the dynamics between all of the characters. It's a hilarious soap opera slash sitcom, which is just the greatest thing, and I am thoroughly loving it. I liked it even more than I thought I would. So yeah, I really like this. I gave this 4.5 out of 5 stars. I loved it. Oh my goodness. Those are all the books that I read for the Booktube-A-Thon, and I can't get over how much I loved them all. Really loved them all. I'm pretty proud of myself for curating such a dope TBR. I mean, really, it doesn't get much better than that. I think the lowest rated book I had was maybe Amina's Voice, and I think that was just because there was nothing that stuck out to me where it was like the book would be forever or something I just would tell everyone to read. Whereas like all the rest of these books, I think I would really recommend to a lot of people. But oh my goodness, it was such a good reading week. I am excited to be done because I missed like my normal reading schedule, and by the end I was ready to get back to some other books that I have been dying to read. So overall, had a great time. Loved the Booktube-A-Thon. I hope you guys, if you participated, that you just met your goals. I hope the books that you read, you just ended up loving. If you participated in the Booktube-A-Thon, tell me below which book was your favorite that you read during the week. I really want to know. If you participated in the Booktube-A-Thon and you did a wrap-up video or some vlogs, please link them below. I would love to check them out. Love to talk about books with you guys. I had a fantastic time, and I'm already excited for next year. I think I would love to do another Booktube-A-Thon probably in October, hopefully with scary books. I just really liked it. I had a great time and can't wait for the next one. All right, you guys, well, I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day. Be kind to someone today, and I will see you soon in my next video. Bye!